right, we're back in the kitchen. We've been out to the grill, and we're going to go back out to the grill today. If you saw my last episode, we grilled, and Pauline Bennett was here from Addison Township, OCTV, and everybody recognizes Pauline. And that was a lot of fun, so she said she'd come back. So I love having guests. You want to come and join me in the kitchen for a show, please call me. I would love to have more people. That way I get other people to do my work for me too, so that's cool. Speaking of which, we finally got the unicorns working outside. They're cutting trees down, they're helping with the grilling, they're doing all sorts of stuff, so I'm glad about that, because you can't have freeloading unicorns. So right now, we are going to make a flat iron steak. Now your flat iron and your flank steak and such they're cheaper cuts of meat, and a lot of people stay away from them because they're so tough, But I learned a trick. I now know how to do this. Here's my piece of flat iron steak. And the first thing I'm going to do is take my nice, fresh Vidalia onion that I just chopped up. And what I love about this, it smells so sweet. And look, no tears. Get that nice full richness from the onions. Now this is the kind of marinade that you can make up and throw it in the fridge overnight. The longer the onions sit in the marinade, the more effective they are, because they continue to tenderize and flavor the meat. But today we're gonna do our standard 15-minute marinade, because really after 15 minutes you've got pretty much everything you need. So we're going to do our fresh onions. Excuse me. We're going to do some garlic powder. Come on, get in there. And of course, salt and pepper. And you see again, this is very simple. Some salt and pepper. And I've got just about maybe half a cup of Merlot here. I'm going to put that in. And that's nice. That's very nice. Now, I'm going to set that aside for just a moment. Here's one of the tricks to flank steak, or in this case, flat iron steak. Take a very sharp knife and score it. Don't go all the way through. Just score it. So see, I've got those little lines and ridges on both sides. This will allow it to cook through quickly, because it's not a thick piece of meat, so it's not going to be on the grill long. And it also makes it soak up the marinade. Look at that. So I'm just going to heap that right in there. Oh, that smells so good. And we're going to set that aside for a minute, and we'll take it outside in a little while to grill. Right now, I'm going to get some veggies ready. I can't waste. And we're going to throw some veggies on the grill too. I'm going to do a packet. This is very simple. A little bit of olive oil. And I'm going to pull out my mandolin here. If you haven't used a mandolin, they're great. They're easy. Takes a little bit of practice. And they're very sharp, which is why this comes in so handy. This has got spikes. It's holding my potato in place. And I'm going to get nice, thin cuts of my potato there. I'm going to lay that in here. Look at that. See that? Right off the mandolin. Look how quick that was. I should demonstrate these. Not available in stores. And then I'm not cutting it all for now, but you can really go right down to the very end, and your fingers are nowhere near the blade. So I'm going to do some radish. You know, when it comes to the grill, you get a lot more freedom than you do in the kitchen. And you can try things. And, you know, like I've said before, if you try something that doesn't work out, it works out like that, oh, big deal. Okay, hopefully we have enough. We do. I'm going to throw these in here, and for now we're done with the mandolin. So let's set that right in there. Don't throw those away. The ones on the floor I won't use. I'll get those later. All right, so we'll make a little packet, and I'm going to drizzle it with just a little bit more of this. Oh, I got to tell you, we have got so much going on up here these days. This is the kind of things that we'll be preparing for the Wine in the Woods, which is actually called Grillin' in the Woods, coming up on June 14th. And we're going to be making shish kebabs and all sorts of grilled veggies. We're going to grill some fruit. We're going to grill bread with herb butter. Okay, salt and pepper and garlic. And I know I'm using these a lot lately, the pea pods. Of course, this is all washed before you got here. But I'm going to throw some in too. And just get nice little selections, pretty. And I'm going to close it up, and when we throw our steak on, we'll throw this on also. And this will basically steam. So there we have that. And I'm going to zhuzh this around a little bit more. And let me see, what else have we got coming up? There's so much, and I should have a calendar in front of me. We have our fairy gardens are coming up on June 28th. Now that's a Sunday, and we're going to have a luncheon. It'd be kind of spending a day at the lodge type thing. And after that, we're also going to schedule another one right away for a weeknight, because a lot of people that want to come aren't available on the weekends. So we're going to do that. And of course, our wine dinners every month. We have a murder coming up in July. I just had a brilliant idea right here mid-sentence. I happen to have one ear of corn here. So I'm going to break this down. I can't get into it. And we're going to strip some of that corn and throw it right in there with our veggies. And then that'll add all its natural sugar while it's steaming. Corn that's this time of year isn't the best yet, but grilling it makes even basic corn taste really good. So let's strip some of that down. Boy, I'm just shooting vegetables and stuff all over the kitchen today, aren't I? Good thing I have a cleanup crew. All right, so I'm going to finish putting this together, and then meet me out at the grill. And we will grill up our steak, and we'll talk some more. And I'll get somebody to clean up my mess. Oh, that smells good. Oh, smells like fresh corn. All right, then. So meet me out at the grill. Fire that up. All right. And we are back out at the grill. I've got the grill really hot. Got all the burners going. I'll give you a little tip. I'm not going to use the whole surface, but I want to get the grill hot fast, so I fired everybody up. So now I can turn them down a little. I threw the packet of veggies on. That's just going to sit there and steam. And here is our gorgeous steak. I know it's kind of an odd color right now with the Merlot, but soon it will have grill marks. So I'm going to kind of shake most of the onion and such off of there. A little bit is fine, but if you leave too much on, it tends to char, and who wants to eat charred? All right, you ready? Ah, listen to that. That's not going to take long. I'm going to give it a couple minutes on each side, and it's going to be done. So, yeah, right now our grill's running up around 300. I got the center burners going nice and hot. I'm going to close it up for a minute. And do you hear that sound out in the background? That is my unicorns working. They're trimming trees, they're pulling deadfall out, they're raking, they're weed whacking. See, they're good. They're good unicorns. I just had to give them, I guess I had to give them something to do because I think they were bored. But who knew? So they're out there doing that today. And we're getting the whole area cleared out for the wedding that we have coming in August. From where I'm standing, you can't see it, but right over there in the woods is where the ceremony is going to be. And it's really going to be lovely. Very rustic and very intimate. Just be so pretty. So other than that, it's just, we just keep getting busier and busier up here. We had a birthday party last weekend, or a couple weekends ago, that was so much fun. We had overnight guests, and we've got groups looking at booking their fall events, and It's not too early to start thinking about Christmas parties and such. You know, Christmas parties don't have to be a wild bash on a Saturday night. You could have a Sunday afternoon, especially if you're thinking about doing it perhaps for work, and you don't want to have to worry about people, you know, driving out of the woods late at night and that sort of thing. So it's time, even though it's only now June, it's time to start thinking about those things. And people are thinking about them because I'm getting a lot of calls. So I'm going to take a quick look in here. Ready for the flip? Look at that. Look at those grill marks and the smell. That's literally about 2 more minutes and it'll be off the grill, and we'll take it inside and we'll slice it and plate it, and maybe I'll feed it to the unicorns. So remember to contact me. My phone number is 248-933-4579. We are on Facebook at Treetop Lodge Facebook, and my email is stormy3958@att.net. And our website's coming up soon. It's a lot more complicated than what I understood, but luckily Nancy's doing that, and she knows what she's doing, so it's going to be great. We've got pictures from a lot of our events and holidays and such, and that'll tell you a lot more about Treetop and about us and how and why we do what we do out here, other than the fact that it's just a lot of fun. And what else do we have? Well, we have our free meal programs coming up the second Wednesday of every month, and when there's a fifth Wednesday, we do that too. And that's a great program, more and more people getting involved. And our numbers are going down, which I'm hoping is a good sign. There's fewer people in need of that right now, but we will always, as long as there's a need, we will be there. And let me see, what else have we got? Well, that's it. We've got a busy summer coming up. We're doing a lot of cooking. And on an upcoming show, I was going to do it today, but I didn't have time. We're going to make sorbet from scratch. When we have our wine dinners here, one of our courses is always sorbet. And I've had to purchase it so far because I didn't know how to make it. But now I have a basic outline of a recipe that that's going to give me guidelines on how to make that. And so I think we'll do that next time. I don't know if I really don't know. I haven't tried it, so we'll learn together. Look at that. I'm thinking a few more seconds and we're done. So I can start. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the heat right now because the grills are hot. And our packet is sizzling. More about listening to our food. And oh, is that pretty? That is so pretty. And I'm going to show you the trick to cutting flank steak or flat iron steak. And that's the area that a lot of people run into, because you can't just cube it, then it's chewy. There is a trick, which I learned actually from a butcher. I said, here, I'm buying this piece of meat, show me how I'm supposed to cut it. And he did, and it's just been a whole different world since then. So we're going to go ahead and take this back inside. If I can get this off the heat without burning myself. Aha, there we go. Leave the grill open to cool off. And we'll go in and do some slicing and some plating. And then I'll call the unicorns in and give them lunch, because they'll like that. They've been working hard, so I think they deserve that. And yeah, so we've got somebody else. Oh, the people are asking about cooking classes. I would love to hold cooking classes, and I think I'll try, but pretty much what you see on my show is how I cook and how I would teach you to cook. And if that's what you're interested in, definitely let me know. I kind of bring you into the kitchen and turn you loose and show you what I'm doing and let you do it for yourself. I don't really follow recipes, just kind of go with what feels good and what's working at the time. And simple tips, simple types of things that we do up here, but a lot of flavor, and getting into this time of year when we've got so much fresh stuff coming in. And you can build whole meals around vegetables. And you can do a single plate that has roasted vegetables and fresh vegetables and sautéed, and put it all over a bed of orzo or spinach or rice, and you've got a great meal. Maybe make a little sauce. So that's the kind of stuff that we're going to be doing, and once I start setting up the cooking classes, we'll see how that goes. It'll be fun. I mean, I'm not sure you'll learn anything, but you'll have a good time and you'll have a good meal. So I'll get that up on our Facebook page, and in the meantime, you can always call me and ask me about that also. So I'm going to head back in, and in a few minutes, we'll get this ready to eat, and I'm going to have some flank steak, flat iron steak. That's what I did today. So I will see you inside. Okay, so we're back inside. I brought the marinade back in because I'm going to dispose of it. You don't want to use it again. And one of the hazards cooking outside, and another reason you want to get rid of this, is when it sits, things might land in it. So you don't want to eat that. So we're just going to put that there and dispose of it. So our steak is done. Our veggies are done. I'm going to put together a little bit of salad here. Let's see what I've got. I've got some spinach. Love spinach. I'm going to toss this together and drizzle something over it. What else have I got? We've got pea pods, potato, radish with the sweet corn. So, how about, I keep using up my ingredients because I don't waste anything. Now we've been using the tomatillos and kind of cutting them into chunks. This one obviously didn't get washed beforehand because it was still in this little wrapper. So I'm going to slice this one off nice and thin. And see the inside, it does look a lot like a tomato, but I'll tell you what, it picks up flavor beautifully. I make it, as I think I've said before, I make a tomatillo salsa that people just love. I can't eat it because it's got jalapenos, and as I've mentioned before, I'm allergic to jalapenos, but I'll tell you what, I make that salsa and it's just gone. So now we have a very green salad. Oh, I still have some tomatoes. By the way, the meat is resting. That's why I haven't taken it out yet. So we'll throw some tomatoes in there. Yeah, that's what we need. And I think I'm out of red onion. Me out of red onion? But I think I am. If I had some handy, I'd throw some in this salad. No, I didn't cut myself. Just slipped a little bit. There we go. Well, that's a pretty salad. Well, I'm going to drizzle something on it here. Something quick. Like I said, if you always keep a few things handy in your pantry, you've always got something for a quick salad or a quick meal. Well, hello there. This is my little friend, and he doesn't have a name yet. So if anyone has a suggestion, give me a call. He's an alpaca, and he's about the size of a... Oh, he has a bad ear. What a baby alpaca is called a cria. And they're actually born about this size. And they're born wide awake, ready to run. And for about the first 24 hours, you can actually handle them. After that, they begin to revert more to their wild state, where they're a little more suspicious of people. But I just think he's so adorable, so he came over to live at the lodge. So give me a call or send me a text or hit me on Facebook with a suggestion for Treetop Lodge's alpaca. We need a name for him. All right, here we go. We got our steamed veggies. Oh, those look pretty. Look at that. Get them out of the foil here. There we go. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. Set those off to the side that way. Now, here comes the trick to having happy flank and flat iron steak. You don't just cut it like a regular steak. You don't cube it. I take my knife and I'm going to do this. And I'm going to cut it very thin, just like this. And you see how that comes out? And it's just slightly pink inside. You don't want it to be raw, but you also don't want to cook it all the way through because it's just going to get too tough on you. See that? And is that beautiful? Look at that. Look at that. It's perfection. Oh, there's a small piece. I can't put this one on the plate because it's too small. That is so good, so tender. And this works great as a main course, but it's also, because it is a rather inexpensive piece of meat, you can marinate it and cook it and cut it up small into pieces like this. I'll give you an idea what I'm talking about. And you can make appetizers with it or minute little tiny sandwiches. Once you've got the slice off, then you can cut the little pieces out. Oh, that's so good. Well, that one won't go on the plate now. I'll have to eat it. So that is the trick. You know, look at your knife, very sharp knife, turn it this way, and do everything at an angle. And then what you have, it's like butter. Now this one is not highly marinated. I do another preparation where I marinate overnight with the onions like I did here, but I also drizzle it with low sodium soy sauce. The combination of the onion and the soy gets down into that meat, seasons it, tenderizes it, and because I'm a perfectionist, I always have to have the end pieces on the end. So there you go. We have simple potatoes, sweet corn, pea pods, radish that we cut on the mandolin, and they're all in there just with a little bit of seasoning, salt and pepper, some olive oil. It just went right on the grill. Then we've got our spinach and tomatillo salad with some fresh tomatoes, drizzled with a little bit of pomegranate balsamic, and then our beautiful flat iron steak. So don't be afraid of the flat iron and the flank steak. And when you go to the butcher, especially at some of your, I hate to say it, but more high-end places, those guys really know what they're doing. So don't be afraid to ask. Say, I want to try this cut of meat. What do you suggest for preparing it? And ask them how to serve it, because a lot of times that's where people run into trouble. They do everything else right, and then if you don't know how to cut it, you end up with something that nobody wants to eat. So what's the point? I have a friend who said, oh, my sister, she makes flank steak all the time. Oh, it's just terrible. I can't eat it. So he was over one night. We'd had some for dinner, and I set it aside, and I didn't tell him. I said, here, just taste this. What do you think? Oh, my God, that's amazing. I said, well, you just ate flank steak. No, I couldn't have. It's all in the cutting. So come back and join us again. Excuse me, I'm still eating. We've got so much going on up here that I want to share with you. And our little alpaca needs a name, so we got to come up with a name for him. I've named everything else, so I need your help on this one. So give me a call. Come on up. We'll do some cooking classes. We'll do some couples cooking. That would be fun. Have people up, and you can cook and make dinner and enjoy dinner together. So do that. Come on up to the lodge. Give me a call, even if you just want to take a tour and see the grounds, which are looking more and more beautiful all the time. So I will see you soon. From Connie's Kitchen and OCTV, have a wonderful day, enjoy your grill, and be nice to each other.
There is a place where the air is pure and water runs sparkling clean. There is a place where a small, quaint village stands, surrounded by vast meadows and rolling hills. That place is the jewel of Oakland County. It's called Oxford, Michigan. If your dream or vision is for a safe, secure, and better life for you and your family, this is your invitation to come see for yourself the wonderful experience that could be yours. It's true that many lakes, nature trails, fishing, and over 500 acres of parks attract lots of people to Oxford. But there's much, much more. Quaint little shops, small pubs, and many unique fine restaurants. Near the center of town is a white church with a steeple, and a park where a live band can be heard playing from the gazebo on hot summer nights. You are easily transported into a more relaxed and unhurried time. Although the village of Oxford reminds you of years past, the warmth and pride of its hard-working residents truly sets it apart from other communities. Oxford School Board has worked with parents to provide their children with the finest education possible. The result? A modern global school system with the first world-renowned international high school program, the 5th Core World Language and Culture program, and 11 premier sister schools expanding the globe from China to Mexico. Oxford residents are safe and secure in knowing they have one of the most modern police and EMT forces in Oakland County. If your vision is to start or expand a new business venture in a fiscally responsible environment, Oxford, Michigan welcomes you with open arms. We are one of the few Oakland County communities to offer the unique one-stop program, where Oxford officials make it easy for developers and builders to complete their projects from start to finish. The one-stop process cuts through financial and legal red tape, frustration that usually faces entrepreneurs as they try to get their project off the ground. If your dream is for a new business venture or a better life for you and your family, there is a place called Oxford, Michigan.